Hello, dear comrades. This is a broadcast from the Volga River. This is a special broadcast from Comrades of Russia. Today we bring you special news from the city that bears our great leader's name, and in celebration of that news, we have arranged an interview with Comrade Stalin himself. But let's save the best for last. First, let's move on to a special report from Comrade Tsai showing raw footage of the retreating Nazi pigs after our glorious Red Army defeated them in Stalingrad.
Hello, people of the Soviet Union. Finally bring you a story of joy and elation. The enemy, after having invaded 12 months ago, have finally dealt with their first defeat. We stopped them from breaching Moscow, and now we have captured the whole of the 6th Army. The Germans retreating behind me are only the remnants. Under direct orders from Hitler, last August, the Germans tried to breach Volga and capture Stalingrad. We resisted them as those Nazis distinguishedly claimed that they would kill all the men in the city and deport all the women. Okay.
Then our glorious leader in battle yelled, "Not a step back." We slowly blocked their access to supplies and let the harsh winter do its job. We retook Stalingrad and won the battle. This was a turning point, and we won the Eastern Front from our allies. I surrender. Not a step back.
Okay.
The Germans are coming. Let's burn the city so we don't give them any resources.
Those Germans learned their lesson and never pushed farther into the Eastern Front or Russia again. With that battle, we inflicted the first significant loss on the Germans and made them so frightened that they are set to lose the war. The resources they used to invade the motherland exhausted them. Their men froze and starved to death in our homeland. Typical arrogant Germans thought they could beat us easily. We are currently engaged in the Battle of Kursk between those Germans and us, and we have inflicted heavy losses on their heavy artillery and tanks, and we are going to win. Our soldiers will bring in the victory for the motherland and protect it with their heart. If we are to win this, which we will have the momentum to continue our push into Germany proper.
So as promised, here's our exclusive interview with Comrade Stalin. Oh great leader, what do you think about the war effort so far?
I believe that the brave servicemen and women of the Red Army, Air Force, and Navy are doing a great job. They have dealt the Germans a bloody defeat at Stalingrad and have given us hope to win this war. I promise you we will win this war in the coming years.
So what do you say about the Japanese?
I say that Japanese are cowardly. However, we've fought many border skirmishes with them over the years and helped our Mongolian allies with victories. However, we have not been in war yet, unlike our European and American allies. However, if they were to attack us, I promise you we will deal them a swift defeat.
So, what is your progress on the Battle of Kursk?
So far, we have the upper hand on the Battle of Kursk. If we win this victory, we're going to have momentum to continue an offense into the Eastern Front and finally win this war.
We would first like to ask you to enlist in the Army today to surround yourself with other comrades that are just as patriotic. We would like you to serve the motherland and protect our honor and civilians. We shall fight for Comrade Stalin and serve him until our last breath. We need you to go win this war and get the benefits. Go out there and enlist. Now moving on to the actual war, we have never seen before footage of the Battle of Stalingrad. We see our brave soldiers fighting amidst the atrocities of war. They stand and fight and raise the flag surrounded by flame and destruction. Our superior strength has won us this battle. We will show more visualizations from the Battle of Kursk. This map truly increases our pride and shows how our strong army stands ahead in the face of the German panzers. We have our future predictions on how the Battle of Kursk would go on, but currently we are winning. The Germans have tried to push into Ponieri, but that offense is set to be lost. This battle is also called the Battle of the Tanks. This data chart shows us our superior power and strength all around. We have more comrades fighting, more guns, more tanks, and aircrafts. Those Germans are prideful of their tanks, but now we have more. There are a lot of tanks in the war, as you can see in the picture, and the Germans have been very aggressive, but our Air Force has significantly improved, which the Germans have not expected. We have the fastest and lightest T-34 tanks, while the Germans have the inferior Panther V tank. We outnumber and outskill them.
We will now begin to reflect on Operation Barbarossa, and here's a picture of it. If you look at this map, you will see how Germans plan to invade Russia and surround pockets of Russian strongholds. The Germans planned to march towards Moscow, Leningrad, and other major cities to try and recapture them, but the reality was very different, thanks to the leadership of Comrade Stalin and vigilance of the Russian army. The actual front pushed the Germans back in their advance and made them stay where they are and eventually not move a step forward. Troops came in from all parts of Russia and held the line and eventually pushed them back. The Great Battle of Stalingrad eventually taught those Germans a lesson and helped us win the Eastern Front. This map also shows the way the Germans tried to attack Stalingrad after crossing the Don River. With attacks from two sides near the Volga and Don River, Stalingrad was said to be lost for Russians, but we recovered and fought back. Why this victory was a turning point is shown in this map, because it stopped further advancing.